There are many different curtain tracks to choose from, including aluminum and vinyl. There are also different mounting methods to mount this curtain track. In this video, we're going to discuss the horizontal mount curtain track, and we're also going to discuss how you bend this particular curtain track, and we'll show you exactly how it's done. Here's what the horizontal mount curtain track looks like. You have it in both vinyl and aluminum. The screw there is perfect for attaching the horizontal mount curtain track on the lip or the flange of this track. Most applications just require the track to be mounted straight. Some applications require it to be bent. That's what we're going to show you. We're going to create a 12-inch radius arc to this curtain track. A 12-inch radius is the maximum bend you can get with the aluminum. Now with the vinyl, you can go a little bit tighter, say 11-inch radius. We found that the best way to create this arc is to actually take a piece of scrap plywood and create that arc with some marker and string and obviously a pin to hold it in place. So this is a 12-inch radius. We're going to use this OmniGrid ruler to create the 90-degree angle that we desire here. So we're just taking it to find the 90-degree position. There we are. So this will be the arc. Beginning right here and end obviously on the opposite side. And here I'm showing you with a ruler exactly what we're getting here. To determine the length of that radius, we'll take 2, multiply it times pi, which is 3.14, and then multiply it by our radius, which in this situation is 12 inches, and then divide that by 4 for a quarter of the circumference. Then we find that length measurement and put it on our curtain track here. It is necessary to cut relief notches in the flange. We're going to show you 3 different methods here of how to do that. We'll start with this notcher that you can pick up from any hardware store. The reason I like this tool is that it does a great job and it looks beautiful when you're done. So just simply, here's the center position of what we need. Simply put it over the flange and then just press the lever and there's your notch. It's a beautiful notch. Now it's not as deep as I like, so I usually put it in that notch again just to get a little bit deeper up all the way up to that curtain track housing. And then we put notches approximately every inch. And this will provide the relief we need because obviously that flange actually needs to stretch when we're doing this, when we're doing an arc. And again, we're going to do a 12-inch radius here. And here we are when it's completely done. We did the calculations for how long this notch assembly needs to be, and there it is, all completely done with that tool. Now we're also going to use just some common tin shears. This works pretty well. It's not nearly as neat because it obviously bends the aluminum, and you need to basically push those bends back. So you can use this if you have tin shears, if you don't have that notching tool and you don't want to pick it up at a hardware store, but you got to pound out those curves in the track. So be careful not to hit where the slides go through this curtain track, and just pound it out. Alright, as you can see here, it's not nearly as neat, but it does work. Alright, the third technique is just to use a hacksaw, a common hacksaw. This is a little bit troublesome because obviously it's not as easy as it looks, but you can get it done this way and the result is pretty good. Sometimes the notches aren't nearly as straight. That's again why we like to go to the hardware store and buy just one of those notching tools. Okay, all your relief notches should now be cut in the track all the way along the length of that 90-degree corner. Now I'll take that awning track, again this is the aluminum awning track, and I'm using the OmniGrid ruler here to determine what my 90-degree starting position will be. And then I'm going to take a drill and I'm going to drill some pilot holes for the screws right here. So this is where the arc is going to approximately begin. You can see the notches off to the right hand side. You just pre-drill some holes here. I'm only going to do 2 holes here. That's enough to hold it in position. Remember, we're doing this all on top of a piece of scrap wood, so we're actually going to take this assembly off once we have the bend the appropriate way, and we're going to mount it to the surface that it's actually going to be used on. So this is just a preliminary work surface that we highly recommend you use to get the appropriate arc. You can go to the original mounting position if you'd like and mount it, but we find it easier just to use scrap wood and then remove it. Notice how sharply I'm bending this track, And you want to do this carefully because it can actually collapse in certain spots, and it will collapse slightly. So you want to do it in a couple inch increments. In this video, we're going about 3 to 4 inches and then putting another screw in. If you put more screws in this and actually in the flanges a little bit closer together, you'll find it won't collapse as much as it collapses in this video. You'll still find the track useful, but if you want it neater, go closer. And you notice what I'm trying to do is just match up those marker lines with the front edge of this curtain track. And then we install a screw, and then we bend again. So I'm bending very slowly, trying not to create any sudden collapses in the track. There will be slight collapses, as you can see here. They usually do not interfere with the slides running through it. If you put more screws in every single flange, there'll be a little bit less in the collapsing, but I think it looks pretty good this way, and it definitely functions well. Again, Serite only recommends a 12-inch radius or more. Anything less will cause it to collapse severely. Okay, we're bending again, just trying to match up those the track with that line, pre-drilling a hole, and then putting a screw in. It's looking pretty good. Oh, my other drill ran out of batteries, so I have to use this electric drill. Isn't that a bummer? Bending the track again, matching up to the line, and then installing a screw to hold it in place. That's all there is to it. Alright. Coming down to the end of this 12-inch radius. Then we'll basically have a 90-degree turn with approximately 18 point some inches of curve. I'm letting this play almost all the way through and not doing many video cut transitions because I want you to see the entire process here. Here we are bending it again. There's a lot of pressure on this and you definitely need to hold it in place. It may help to have another person actually hold the track in place once you have it exactly where you want it. I think you get the picture now. Here's a little close-up. See where it collapsed back there in the back? That's a pretty big collapse, but it's still going to work. So don't be alarmed by that. So obviously going a little bit larger than 12 inch on your radius would make it even more beautiful. Okay, there we are. This will be the final screw. Now we have our 12-inch radius going to a 90-degree bend. And it came out pretty nice. Here's how it works with one of the slides. And even with those collapsed positions, or those little positions that collapsed a slight bit, this is the fattest slide you can get for it, and it works well. Here's one that's not nearly as flat, and it obviously works very, very well. And here's the hanging tab that is usually just sewn straight into the fabric. So that is how to bend the horizontal mount curtain track. The aluminum curtain track does bend, however, vinyl bends much easier. You may want to watch that video before you make your purchase selection. Aluminum's great, but vinyl bends even better.